Alright, so today we're talking about the Dead Space remake. The Dead Space remake isn't flawless, but overall, fairly good update to the original. Since I played the original, I'm going to review this game as a remake and not as a standalone product. Also, there will be minor spoilers. If you haven't played the original, I recommend you do so, or at least watch a Let's Play on YouTube. Also, if you want to know my thoughts on the original Dead Space 1, there should be my Dead Space series review and a playlist at the end of this video. Before we get into the rest of the video, I want to quickly mention my action survival horror game, What Happens After Midnight, as a free demo available on Steam now. Travel between weird worlds and meet strange characters in a surreal cosmic adventure, and fight a cosmic force trying to consume every world. Back to Dead Space, gameplay-wise, the biggest thing that's different between this and the original is the guns. A couple of the alt fires are different for the guns, but the main thing is that they changed how upgrades work. First off, you find weapons instead of buying them from the store, which allows you to try them out without investing into them. You can still buy special weapon upgrades from the store, which sort of replaces buying guns. Also, when you're using nodes to upgrade guns, there aren't any blank spaces this time, which is good. Overall, I think the gun systems are better. This next thing is kind of more personal opinion, but I liked the 0G launching traversal in the original, and I don't like that it's gone. The flying is good too, and is more accessible. I just miss the old system, and also I think the first Leviathan boss is worse because of how the gravity works now. Moving on, they changed how the asteroid shooting sections work. Instead of being a turret section, you go outside and have turrets aim with your guns aiming. I find it a minor improvement, and it works well. That being said, the Leviathan boss fight, which was also originally a turret boss, is now a real 0G boss fight, which is good. While on the subject of bosses, the final boss has been improved a bit. They did add side quests to this game, but they're not very interesting and are backtracking through old levels with bits of story sprinkled on top. Speaking of story, most of the changes do work. Isaac talking obviously gives him more characterization and is consistent with the other two games. There are also new characters which add to the story. They use holograms to visualize characters that aren't currently in the room, which is an improvement over audio logs, but there are still other audio logs. It's just special audio logs. Also, some of the voice acting is better done. It's done more naturally and less gamey sounding. The aesthetics for the environments have generally been improved in design, fidelity, and lighting. The peeling damage visuals for the necromorphs is good. You can use the force gun to turn a necromorph into a skeleton instantly. Overall, I think the aesthetics are an improvement on something that was already great. I do have a few issues though. Main thing is I don't like the redesigns of Nicole and Isaac, outside of Isaac's suit, which still looks good. Nicole looks about 20 years older, and she looks like Angela from The Office. Isaac is also older, but weirdly different looking. He looks like Mike from MST3K. There are also a few small things, like how there's no longer static on the video calls, and
broken gravity plates
no longer launch enemies into the ceiling. The game mostly runs well, but there are small areas where the frame rate did dip a little too much, and this is coming from someone that's not too picky on frame rate. Also, I was playing several months after launch, so it's been that way for a while. Although the game has noticeable flaws, it is overall an improvement to the original. What you get from the game will vary depending on if you played the original and how much you like replaying games if you have. Overall, I enjoyed this game, taking into account that I played it using Game Pass. As someone who played the original, I'm giving this game a 9.08, and even though I said this game was an improvement, I'm technically rating it worse than the original because most of the content simply isn't new to me, and I can't accurately predict how I would feel about the game if I never played the original because I have. So even though it's mostly better, I didn't enjoy it as much, so I'm rating it lower. Anyway, so that's about it. There should be a Dead Space and Dead Space likes playlist at the end of this video. Thank you to anyone who likes, comments, or subscribes. That's it.